Hey, what's going on? You know who it is, you know what it is. All right, man. I forgot to do this video, man, but after listening to Shannon Sharp, voice his opinion on certain things and then listening to other people, man. Y'all gotta excuse me, man, cause of my work schedule, sometimes I can't get these videos out like I want to, man, cause. But anyway, man, let me address a certain subject that's been on my mind the past couple of days, especially with all this Colin Kaepernick shit. And once again, man, shout out to Colin Kaepernick, man, for being a real one, man. And shout out to Shannon Sharp too. You know, I just hope Shannon Sharp sticks to his guns and keeps the format that he has on that show. But we'll see how that plays out. But for right now, man, shout out to Shannon Sharp, man. But anyway, man, it's funny, we a few days removed from the start of the NFL season. And at the beginning of a lot of these football games, they had, you know, uh showing video footage, basically reminding people of 9/11, because 9/11 was 15 years ago, um this past September 11th. The unfortunate tragedy that happened in New York City, which Bush knew was going to happen. But that's another video. That's that's something else. That's another video later on down the line. Now, let me remind y'all of something. Now, it's funny how they have all these, every once in a while commercials are just quick videos on TV shows, flashing footage of 9/11, and then at the end of the video or whatnot, or a quick infomercial, they say never forget. Okay, that's funny. They tell us to never forget 9/11, right? But then, when it comes to certain things that go on with us, in the black community, some of the heinous acts that was committed against us, they say, oh, get over it. Oh, that was a long time ago. We need to move on. Well, 9/11 was 15 years ago, and we need to move on. You see how that is? Now, they sitting up saying they want us to never forget 9/11, because they say 3,000 people lost their lives. Okay, keep in mind, just um 3 years before 9/11, if I'm not mistaken, 1998. If I'm not mistaken, that's I think yeah, 1998. Keep in mind, that's when Gary Webb put out the information, and it was released that our own United States government purposely flooded the black community with drugs and guns, to finance wars and things that the government purposely or claim they needed money for. I'll go into the details later on, but they admitted that they purposely targeted the black community. Keep that in mind. They purposely targeted the black community and let those drugs come into our communities. And and it started during the Reagan era, and you seen what it did. Y'all seen the damage that crack cocaine did to the black community. Now, I have to admit, I was part of the problem because, I was out there doing that shit, but I didn't know better. And, I grew out of that. I got out of that game. But then again, when you live in certain situations where you conditioned to feel like you can't make it in society, then, you end up falling into that trap. But I thank God that I got out of that trap. And I woke up. You know, unfortunately, there's still a lot of young black men who haven't woken up and they don't understand the severity of what that shit did to our communities and what it did to families. It destroyed families. It took lives. It caused lives to be took. And the government knew it and didn't care. We was nothing but collateral damage to them. See, y'all got to understand the meaning of purpose. They intentionally did it. Am I saying they knew people would die in behind this? Yep, of course. But as long as they made money off of it, yeah. Now, as you know, Gary Webb is dead. You know, mysteriously, he got shot 2 times in the head. Look it up. And they called it a suicide. And the funny part about it was the same week it came out that, this was did to the black community by our own United States government. The one that want us to stand up for a fucking flag and salute a fucking flag. Yeah. Yeah. It was did by them. Them the same people that want us to stand up for a flag. And the same week that story came out, all of a sudden you heard about the Bill Clinton, Monica Lewinsky story. Yeah. And that seemed to be the bigger story. Because, see, they wanted to, they needed something. So they purposely leaked the story about Bill Clinton and Monica Lewinsky. And that's why I don't like Bill Clinton and Hillary to this day. They purposely leaked that story so they can make that the big story. But anyway, that's what I'm saying. This is your United States government. See, they don't want you to, they don't even like talking about that. Whenever somebody bring that up, they shut that down real quick. Because to this day, a lot of people don't know about it. But to my younger subs, that's in that 21 to 25 range, or should I say, 21 to 30 range. Look it up. Look up Gary Webb. They made a movie about it called Kill the Messenger. Good movie. Okay. So they want us to forget about that, or they don't even like us bringing that up. Okay. Besides that, let's talk about slavery. Yeah, let's talk about that. One of my favorite subjects. What do they tell us about slavery? Oh, get over it. Oh, that was a long time ago. Get over it, man. Get over it. You see how America has selective memory? Now they want us to never forget 9/11, where they talk about international terrorism committed on the United States government. But what about the domestic terrorists they committed on black people, particularly us? What about slavery? The Ku Klux Klan, the Aryan Brotherhood. They committed acts of terrorists on us. Because like I said, you don't hear too many cases of, black people going into white neighborhoods burning crosses, or black people just picking random white people and just murdering them and torturing them and raping them and cutting off their genitalias and all that type of shit. You don't hear about that. But you sure heard about what the Ku Klux Klan used to do to black people. Look at that picture every once in a while. You could probably find it on Wikipedia, where they had 2 Ku Klux Klan members. They had Ku Klux Klan members standing right in front of 2 black men that they hung, admiring their work. But they don't want us to bring that up. They want us to forget about that. And then you have some of these cool niggas trying to say that, oh, that shit never exists. It's a figment of our imagination. Okay, so forget about that, right? Let's talk about slavery within itself. From the 1700s, since the slave trade started, or the late 1600s. And these numbers are factual. They murdered over 300 million of us. Do y'all understand those numbers? 300 million? 300 million. That's the population of a country. 300 million. But they tell us to forget about that. And they slaughtered over 100 million Indians. How do you think they took over the United States? Yeah, but they tell us to forget about that. And it's kind of funny, Dr. Boyce Watkins, he is an advocate of reparation because of the heinous acts that was did to us. And he says that every day, but we already know we ain't gonna get no reparation. So, because you fighting pretty much a losing battle when it comes to that. But I just really trip off that when I think about that sometimes. You want us to salute and stand up for a flag that has a history of mistreating us. And then you have people here that want to deny what happened and tell us to forget about it. But then every year we getting reminded of 9/11, where you talking about possibly 3,000 lives versus 300 million lives. You know, since slavery started in the United States. And then let's talk about, you know, the millions of lives that were taken due to, flooding our communities with drugs. I mean, it led to people's ODing. It led to mass incarceration, uh, turf wars. Okay. Y'all see where I'm going with this? I'm just saying, man. They want us to forget about what happened to us, but then they want us every fucking year to be reminded of 9/11. So since y'all love to say get over it when it comes to the heinous acts that was committed towards us, as far as 9/11 go, get over it. I'm out.